Yo, what is up, you guys? Michael Myers here. Welcome back to a brand new video. Today, I'm here to give you guys my movie review on the new Hellraiser remake that we just got by Hulu. So yeah, I actually just finished watching it right now, and I'm gonna be giving you guys my review on it. I'm gonna be honest, this film is probably the film I was looking forward to the most, out of all the ones we've been getting. I know we've been getting a lot of good releases, but this one right here was the one I was like more intrigued about. I was pretty curious, on how this new adaptation of Hellraiser was gonna play out. And today is the day we finally see. And yeah, so we're gonna get started here, guys. We're gonna start off with the positives like always, and then I'm gonna give you guys the negatives. Overall, I think this new Hellraiser reimagining was not too bad. I think for a modern reimagining of Hellraiser, it was pretty solid. Especially, the Hellraiser franchise has gone downhill after, all those crappy sequels we got, straight to DVD sequels we got. And I was kind of still hesitant about this movie, especially, where the franchise has gone to. Like, I was ready to be disappointed. I was ready for it to be another pointless movie. I will say this though, it's definitely better than most of the crappy sequels we got. And that's what I was looking forward to, a nice refreshing start to Hellraiser, and I think we got that here. Of course, this remake is based on Clive Barker's novella, The Hellbound Heart, which was obviously the one that, inspired the original movie. I can't really tell you how accurate this movie is to the novella because I actually have never read it. This is a question to you guys. If any of you guys have read the novella, tell me in the comments down below if this film is accurate to the novel itself. But I like the fact that this picture is, based on the novel rather than just being like a shot by shot, frame by frame remake of the original movie. So yeah, I like how they, based the movie off the novel because it just would have gave us, new content, stuff that we didn't see in the original movie. I thought the cast was pretty good here. I think it had, it carried itself some pretty good performances. I also think this movie had some pretty good cinematography. You could definitely tell it has a bigger budget than the previous movies, of course, and they did a good job with it. I really like how the picture looks, the tone of the movie, just the whole cinematography, man. I thought it was pretty great. Another good thing I like about this movie, and I was really looking forward to, is the storyline. Now, I know the previous Hellraiser movies really had no storyline. Like I said, they're just pointless sequels, and based on the trailer for this one, I knew it was gonna kind of dive in a little bit more like on storyline, which it does have here. Even though it could have been a little bit better, it still has that storyline. It still has, a connection. It has a meaning. Like, for example, the puzzle box, which was a pretty big piece to this movie. I know, the puzzle box, of course, is iconic for the Hellraiser movies, and it's a big part of the movies, but for most of the films, man, they just had the puzzle box laying in there for decoration. They really never had a purpose like that. But for this one, man, they go more further than it. They don't just have it there for decoration. They actually, do more with it and has that, connection to it, which I do like. Like I said, I thought that was pretty cool. Now, of course, the main thing us horror fans were looking forward to in this Hellraiser movie are the kills, the effects, the gore. Of course, it wouldn't be a Hellraiser movie without it, right? I think it had a good level of gore and, special effects because, of course, the Hellraiser movies, like the sequels, they're mostly like torture porn. But they didn't go too over the top with this one, which is what I liked. Like I said, the kills were pretty good as well, pretty, gory. And just the whole special effects, man, they definitely did a great job with this one. The whole Cenobite, I like the new designs, of course. They did a good job. I mean, they probably did use like practical effects, but they used like a bit of CGI to do, final touch-ups. But it was great. I actually was a fan of the new designs of the Cenobites. Some of them just look creepy, and just the tone of the movie itself, man, it just makes like the Cenobites more, menacing. And of course, Jamie Clayton as Pinhead, guys, I think she did a great job with the role. She's right behind Doug Bradley. I know Doug Bradley will always be Pinhead, number one Pinhead for us, but I think she falls right behind the man because she did a great job with the role. She kind of made the role her own, which I do like. It wasn't like a, cheap knockoff version of Pinhead, like trying to mimic the old Pinhead. She made it her own, and I think it worked pretty good, man. Like, watching this movie felt like a refresh start to the franchise. You also get good enough time of screen time of Jamie Clayton's Pinhead, which is pretty good, because I know like in some of the Hellraiser movies, Pinhead kind of never really had as much screen time. But yeah, you do get enough of her. I mean, I kind of wish we had a little bit more, but it was great. Her scenes were great. I think she makes the character a little bit more eerie and a little bit more sinister. I like how her version of Pinhead is more like on the dark side. She's like quiet, a little bit more, intimidating. You could say she's not really cracking jokes or none of that. And I just think that makes, the performance and the role stand out more. But yeah, I think she killed it. She did a great job. Her whole design, her whole outfit and stuff like that, a little bit different, than the ordinary, but still pretty good. I just like the fact that they tried something different. Like I said, I felt like I was watching something refreshing, and something new. But yeah, guys, that was some of the main things I really liked about the movie. Like I said, overall, it's a good reimagining of Hellraiser, and of course, we're gonna have fans who are divided. Some fans are not gonna be the biggest fan, and some people who are actually gonna like it. I'm still kind of in the middle. I might have to give it another rewatch, but at this point, it is probably my third favorite in the franchise. All right, so now we're gonna move into some minor issues, some minor gripes that I had with this film. Like I said earlier, I think this film did a pretty good job with the story, but I just wish it could have been a little bit better, structured, maybe executed a little bit better, because there was a few parts in here where it was a little bit like, huh? Another thing I wasn't the biggest fan of, and like I said earlier, I think the cast was pretty good performances in here. We follow, of course, our main characters, which we get to know them, we get to know the kind of issues they're going through, but it's not one of those, characters that you get attached to and, you get to know them. Like a little bit more character development. Like watching these characters, like I didn't really care for them, but the acting, the performances were pretty good, man. I will say that, I think the actors did a good job. I just wish there was a little bit more to the characters. Also, some things that I wish this movie had more of is a little bit more gore and more kills. Now, like I said, most of the Hellraiser movies carry a lot, of the over-the-top hardcore gore. I'm not saying that type, but I just wish we had a little bit more fun, with the kills, a little bit more gory, because that's what a Hellraiser movie is supposed to be. Like, that's what I was expecting. Like I said, there was some good kills, some good gore scenes, but it really wasn't as much as I thought it was gonna be. Especially, like I said, for a Hellraiser movie. I'm not saying I wanted to see more of like the torture porn stuff. No, I just wish like they kind of did more with the kills and a little bit more fun, more brutal, you could say, especially since it's a modern adaptation of Hellraiser. Now, I thought the music, the score itself was actually pretty good, not too bad. I do wish, though, it kind of had a little bit more original music. Don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure it did. Of course, throughout the movie, we get to see like a more modern, you could say, version of the original theme song, which is pretty cool. I do like the fact that they, reference the original theme song, the classic Hellraiser theme song. I thought that was pretty good, and I figured, it wouldn't really be complete without that score, without that theme. But yeah, guys, I mean, overall, I gotta say this new Hellraiser movie is pretty decent. I wouldn't say it's a great film, but it definitely did its job. Like I said, a pretty good, refreshing take on, Hellraiser. And even though the story itself, the movie could have been better, you still get that effect, once you see the Cenobites or Pinhead on the screen. It does what a Hellraiser movie is supposed to do. It wasn't as great as I thought it was gonna be. I was hoping for a little bit more. I do hope they come out with a sequel, because I thought this first movie was a good way to start off something new, and for the second movie probably make it even more bigger, more better. But yeah, I think there is potential here. I think they could possibly do something decent enough with this Hellraiser storyline. I would love to see Jamie Clayton return as Pinhead, man. She was probably my favorite thing about this new movie. Jamie Clayton as Pinhead and the Cenobites, my favorite thing about the movie. But yeah, guys, I mean, I do recommend it. If you're not the biggest Hellraiser fan, I mean, I would still recommend it. I still do like, the first two better, and I think this one will probably be my third favorite. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching today's video. Tell me what you guys thought about the new Hellraiser movie. Leave all your comments, concerns, your little reviews on the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. I'm Michael Myers signing out.